Good morning and welcome to your pre-market report for Friday, 29th May 2026. Let's take a quick look at the global cues, domestic trends, and stocks to watch before the markets open. U.S. markets closed mostly higher overnight, with the S&P 500 gaining approximately 0.6% to another record high, and the Nasdaq Composite rising approximately 0.9% led by continued strength in AI and semiconductor stocks. The Dow Jones Industrial Average also edged higher by around approximately 0.3% as easing Treasury yields and optimism around corporate earnings supported investor sentiment, despite ongoing geopolitical concerns. Asian markets are trading mostly positive today, with the Nikkei gaining around approximately 1.8%, while the Hang Seng and Kospi also traded higher supported by record highs on Wall Street, and continued optimism around AI and semiconductor stocks, improved global risk sentiment, easing Treasury yields, and expectations of stable global growth are supporting Asian equities, although investors remain cautious amid lingering geopolitical tensions and crude oil volatility. GIFT Nifty futures as of 8 a.m. was trading at 23,878, thereby indicating a flat to negative opening for the Indian markets today. Crude oil prices are trading slightly lower as optimism around easing U.S.-Iran tensions and stable global supply conditions triggered mild profit booking in energy markets. However, ongoing geopolitical uncertainty in the Middle East continues to keep downside limited and volatility elevated. Gold prices are trading steady with a mild negative bias as improved global risk sentiment and record highs in U.S. equity markets reduced safe haven demand. Softer Treasury yields and expectations of future interest rate cuts, however, continue to provide underlying support to bullion prices. Reliance Industries will seek shareholder approval for internal transactions worth over 16.6 trillion rupees involving Jio Platforms and Reliance Jio Infocomm over the next 5 financial years. The proposals will be presented during the company's 49th AGM, scheduled for June 19, 2026. Wipro has expanded its partnership with ServiceNow to deploy agentic AI workflows across enterprise functions, including IT, HR, procurement, and cybersecurity. The move aims to accelerate AI-driven automation and digital transformation for enterprise clients globally. Ashok Leyland reported its highest-ever Q4 profit for FY 26, with net profit rising 13% YOY to 1,405 crore rupees, while revenue grew 19% to 14,160 crore rupees. The company also achieved record quarterly and annual performance across revenue, EBITDA, and profitability driven by strong commercial vehicle demand. Despite positive cues from the Asian, as well as U.S. markets, and relatively lower crude oil prices, Nifty is expected to open with a negative bias. Levels for the index may be kept the same as what we mentioned on Wednesday's post-market report, with supports being at 23,885, followed by 23,760, while resistances will be at 24,000 followed by 24,150. A positive bias may be expected in trading despite a negative open given the supportive external cues and possibilities of value buying at lower levels, elevated crude oil prices. Despite the recent correction, persistent geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, rising global bond yields, inflation concerns, and continued volatility in FII flows remain major risks for Indian markets, keeping pressure on investor sentiment, currency stability, and inflation expectations. Record highs in U.S. markets, strong momentum in global AI and semiconductor stocks, easing Treasury yields, resilient domestic institutional buying, healthy Q4 earnings momentum from Indian corporates, and stable crude oil prices could continue to support Indian equities and broader market sentiment. On Wednesday, foreign institutional investors were net sellers of about 1,043 crore rupees, while domestic institutional investors were net buyers of around 3,821 crore rupees. That's your market snapshot for India on May 29, 2026. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for stock market related updates. Wishing you a focused and profitable trading session ahead.